Very fun speed run. So I think we're good to go. Let's do this. Oh man. Whew. All right, it has been a while since I have done this run, but it's pretty great. It's not too long. We've actually optimized quite a few parts and hoping everything goes well. What's it does? Oh my gosh, Optimus. Oh man, I missed that from earlier. Whew. Nice. That next pun, I think it needs some work, you know. Giselle, it doesn't sound exactly the same, but I'll take it. All right. So let's see here. Let's get that guy in Throt, and I need to sort of remember. Plan was yes. So we want a lot of recruitment here, and we just gotta win these battles extremely quickly, but we have to play them, and the reason for that is because we want to take as few losses as possible. Set us up nicely for the... What's it? We need to take very few losses. Set us up for later battles. Things can get very difficult if you don't control extremely well. Let's see here. There we go. We can force the dark shards to run like so. We can send in our wolf rats against them, and let's see here. Let's speed this up. Get Throt in there. Summon some rat ogres, and I think we should be good to go. Actually, I feel like I did this battle a little bit slowly, but that doesn't matter nearly as much as some of the RNG that can come later in the run. All right, but okay, a good start. We'll eventually want to turn those rats into mulch. Should help a bit. Jeez, this is like a plane really close by. I can like feel my table rumbling. It's so close. Anyways, I live near an airport, so it's pretty normal. All right, so this settlement, we want to occupy it at level 3. And let's see here. We really want a campaign movement speed. What's it? Follower. But you can't always get that. It's just more of a hope. We also want to get ready for our Plague Monk recruitment. And we also want to get Warp Fire Throwers and Warp Grinders. All very good units and extremely important for this run. Our research will be Ferocious Plans and Devious Plans. And our Lord is specifically a Warlord. He does not have the extra movement. But it's fine. It's just it gives us a minor advantage in the future if he does have it. Let's see, we don't have enough money to get all of our wolf rats. So we'll let's see here. We'll shut down the Plague Monk building and get it next turn instead. Let's see here. So let's get that wolf rat. And I think we're good to go. Turn 2, here we come. Imagine you had to play multiplayer at this speed. Ooh, that'd be pretty exciting. I feel like dwarves would be amazing, given those circumstances. Alrighty, so this battle should be pretty easy. It's always an ambush too. I'm not sure what exactly does it, but it's pretty nice. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll put this on wolf rats. Wolf rats are really the name of the game here. They are super fast and really good at abusing the enemy AI. So we're gonna be using them for that. Those supercharged dwarven legs. Yeah. All right. So let's see here. Let's get these guys all grouped up. We want our wolf rats and brood horror along the side. See here. All right. So this battle, You just want to shut down those archers, and a little bit of finickiness here. You just want to really make sure that manticore gets shut down. And after that, it's all about speeding things up. See here, some rat ogre summons are nice. You can pin down those guys. The wolf rats have just absolutely murdered those guys. And there we go. That is a 1 battle. Nice. One important thing though is that we really we want very few of these guys to escape. I think they don't actually escape. And you know what? Let's test that out. So we'll end the battle immediately. And we'll see if the Lord actually manages to get out of the ambush there. If they don't, it means that we do get a bit of a time save, which is pretty nice. Then next up is we just take out that capital city. So let's see here. We want replenishment, since the HP of your units in this run is the most important. Throt is going to start heading towards Grand. And let's see here. And then we want to position our Lord. Nice. Okay, so Packmaster, this guy is a lot less important what you take on him, but I like to take leadership. Just because the Skaven on Legendary like to run away pretty easily. Okay, so we have a Plague Monk building on the way. And let's see here. Yeah, we just have to take Grand. So this battle is also a pretty easy one. And this run is actually especially fun because the battles get more difficult as the run goes on. So yeah, it's a nice increase in difficulty. And yeah, not a whole ton of cheesing that you have to do either. Except for on the campaign side. You do have to trick the AI a little bit. But anyways, yeah, this is how you trick the siege AI in battle, though. Just deploy on the far side, and then immediately run left with your units. These guys will take a lot of time to reposition. And while your guys bust down the gate, it's usually a good time to set up your hotkeys. So there we go. Gate should be down now. Sick. All right. And yeah, now you just bust through. Hopefully you get through before they block things up too much. And it's important that you get the wolf rats through specifically, just for that cycle charging. There we go. Wolf rats are through. And to optimize cycle charging a little bit, we'll leave it on ×2. Rat ogres do really well summoned, they do really well just summoned into these infantry lines here. I found that if you send the rat ogres onto the dark shards, the battle can get a lot more difficult. Skaven slave slingers can position like so, which usually is the best place to let them shoot. Wolf rats will just cycle charge in and out. And from here on out, it's just sniping out that Lord and staying on ×4 speed. Nice, a good opportunity for the wolf rats to get some damage in there too. And as soon as that Lord is dead, I'm expecting some terror outs and hopefully army losses. Especially if we can charge him in the back, which is looking to be the case. Nice. There we go. We can even ×4 it at this point. It's feeling like this battle is nearing its end. Although right as I say that, the Dark Elves do manage to get their pretty crazy buff there. So it could take a little bit longer to take them out. But it looks like we're good. We aren't taking a ton of losses on our army. So we just gotta close it out. Basically having them hit army losses as soon as possible. We'll bring in this guy for terror. We'll use our lords and heroes to capture the point. Actually, we need them to kill those dark shards for army losses to kick. Since it looks like it's just being just a little bit difficult. But this has definitely gone better than some of the other fights. I've had it. I've had some cases where the AI just refuses to rout on the low ground here. And then my army just takes way too much damage. But in this case, worked out pretty well. So nice. So far, this is looking like a pretty good one. We're getting a decent RNG. So yeah, we just gotta keep carrying it out. The wood elves here are the most difficult to deal with, though. See, so we'll just occupy that normally. Looks like we didn't get any movement speed bonuses, which is a bit sad. So an extra skip that we could have done is sort of negated, but that's fine. We want to continue recruiting wolf rats with poison, since they do more damage. And let's see here, unassigned skill point. And Throt, we want him to be leveling up his plague monks. This is because the final army, we're going to be using them quite extensively. So, okay, nice. So what, we're at 11 minutes, we're on to turn 3 now. We're going to be capturing the Great Arena. There we go, we got a nice injection of money. And we can just move Throt right over here. That should be good. And then we can use this lord to engage the city. This sets up some AI manipulation for this next battle, which will make it much easier for us. You guys will see in just a second. You wonder if Total War Warhammer 3 will change sieges a lot. The least fun part of the game for you. Yeah, they're not very dynamic. It's actually, sieges feel like it's sort of the same battle every time. So yeah, I agree with you there. Not very fun. So anyways, about that AI manipulation, you can see here, if you have just your warlord out like this, they'll actually just advance with only their range units. I'm not sure why they do this, but they do it consistently if you've recruited a warlord. They don't do it if you recruited an assassin. So it's very confusing. And yeah, here we go. You can see the advantage of this now is that you can just move in with your dogs and just kill them. Simple as that. Skaven slaves can deal with these hawk riders. And the Deepwood Scouts too are no problem. So, yeah, this was just this is sort of a strategy that I came upon without really knowing. Yeah, it was completely by accident. Usually, I would have recruited an assassin before. But then one time I decided to recruit a warlord. I'm not sure exactly why. And then yeah, we got a huge, easy win here. These hawk riders, they tend to fly away once they run out of ammo. Oh, but that should be fine. Here, our wolf rats are really nice because they can get full surrounds on dryads and actually kill them very quickly. And hawk riders too. Our wolf rats actually do a lot of damage to them. The main problem though is that they rout just extremely easily. You have to be a bit careful there. But they have 3 chances to rout before they get permanently shattered, and usually that's enough for any battle. You just have to be a little bit careful. Okay, and there we go. I think that's the hawk riders down. And now it's just treekin. So the thing about treekin is that they're sort of a waste of time to try killing. You can kill them given enough time spent, especially with the brood horror, but they're just so tanky. It's a lot more efficient to get them to hit army losses instead. So to do that, we'll just take Throt. We'll get a rat ogre summon first to get a big pit fight here. Use them to just pin down the treekin as long as possible, and then our wolf rats can cycle charge the infantry to death. There we go. We got a pretty nice setup, And thankfully for us, the AI in this battle don't have any summons or spells to really muck things up. Our Brood Horror can be pulled too, and we're aiming. Okay, Brood Horror stuck, but that's fine. Our Wolf Rats can deal with the Lord instead. And usually when we kill the Lord, that is when army losses kick in. We're the Wood Elves in this battle, so let's try to get that done. And there we go, as predicted, we got army losses with most of the Treekin still alive. A big time save for us. And not too many losses either. Still looking pretty good. Let's see here. I don't think Throt can actually reach the settlement. Sorta sucks, but it should be good. Let's see here. So this guy's going to occupy. And he is going to want to exit the settlement and try and get as close to here as possible. He's going to be underweighing in just a second. Oh, and it looks like my scroll wheel is bugged. Oh man, can I fix it? Oh man, it's really annoying. Well, anyways, we're gonna have to play extremely zoomed in. Not the worst situation, but yeah, it happens sometimes. Let's see here. Here we go. There we go. So we're going to send off all of these units onto this Lord, like so, and we're going to keep the Brood Horror on Throt. This is a little bit, oh my gosh, that's scrolling. It's a little bit rough for Throt, since it means, I know, it's rough for this Lord, since his future battles will be a bit harder, but they're still doable. We can recruit 4 Warp Fire Throwers on him, and they should be able to carry. Let's see here. We can also get a batch soon, I think. Let's see. Yeah, we want to open up a batch for Throt, specifically so you can deal with the rebellion that comes in just a second. We'll get Devious Planes too. We'll keep upgrading Plague Monks on Throt, and we want, what's it? Where is it? We want recruitment capacity over here. Same with upgrading that scavenge pile. And I think we're good to go. Throt, he will want to move a little bit further up so he can actually engage the rebellion. And nice, we're on to turn 4 at 17 minutes. You wonder if Total War Warhammer 3 will change sieges a lot. I think it's confirmed. I think the devs said that they were planning some siege changes, so you have that to look forward to. Alright, so we want to upgrade this guy until he gives us enough growth juices. Let's see here, and usually that just involves spending all these mutagen until it costs 50. And then that is more than enough juices for us. After that, we dump out the growth vat. And then on Throt, there we go. You can recruit all of these units, and we can use them to deal with this Lord. To make sure that they don't run too far away, we're going to move Throt over here. And, oh, actually, oh my gosh, it's still buggy. Actually, I think we do want to fight them. So we're going to fight them. It gives us the ambush, which is huge. And let's see here. We can give this AP damage to one of our wolf rats. Alright, so we have a little bit of a difficult fight ahead of us, but it's made a lot easier with the inclusion of the Brood Horror. That better sieges will catapult Total War to a whole new level. Oh yeah. It's gonna be so amazing. I am super excited for that. Imagine if multiplayer sieges could be viable. Oh, that'd be sick. That'd be a huge plus for sure. Alright, so yeah, this battle, it's a little bit sketchy because there's usually Corsairs. This case is only one, so not the worst. Can I get my scrolling to get fixed? And my scrolling feels really off. Anyways, yeah, so the Corsairs can be a bit of a pain, but in this case, we actually got a little bit of a different army setup, and it's mostly Dark Riders this time, with Cold One Dread Knights instead. We also want these reinforcements to come in as soon as possible, and our Wolf Rats are the ones that are going to move in to deal with these Dark Shards. Throt is going to get his Rat Ogre summon in. That should do us pretty well. And some Clan Rat summons that help out too. The Brood Horror, I guess, is just going to chase off those Crossbow Riders. Maybe it should come back at this point, so we're going to do that. And it doesn't matter if we take too many losses here. It's mostly about just getting the battle done and actually winning it. Brood Horror will help a lot versus those Corsairs. And we can use our next summon over here. Our Rats should be able to help versus the Dread Knights. And with the support of the Brood Horror, I think they should go down. But let's just bring that Horror over here to help out. We wanted to kill the Sorcerer. And eventually we'll want it to kill these Dread Knights because they're actually holding a little bit long. Which is pretty standard. It's what you'd expect for this battle. It can be a little bit difficult, but so far it's looking like it's going mostly to plan. Especially since our Wolf Rats are so healthy. We really don't want the Brood Horror to take too much damage though, so let's just bring it to safety. Get these slaves over here. And it's important that we keep the Sorcerer alive. She sort of, as long as she lives, it makes sure that this rebellion army doesn't disappear. So let's take off Fire at Will. And now that it's army losses for the Dark Elves, we just have to clear out these Corsairs. And then I think we're good to go. There we go. Corsairs are gone. And we get to keep the army around. So the reason that we're farming this rebellion is because we want to hit level 7 with Throt. And yeah, once we hit level 7 with them, we're good to go. It gives there's a ritual that gives a huge AoE healing aura, which is super duper important and nice. We can see that the sorceress does live. She does run away very far though, which can cause some problems. Oh, thank goodness. And it looks like our scrolling is indeed fixed. But there we go, another buff to our Plague Monks. We're going to get, what's it? I think it's, take 4 Warp Grinders and a Warp Fire Thrower. And let's see here. Eventually we'll want to start disbanding some of these guys. In fact, we don't really need the slaves anymore. So we'll just keep the one with Frenzy for now. And we're going to have to choose which dog unit we want to get rid of. The Weeping Blade effect is actually pretty nice. So I think we'll keep that one and disband this one. We're doing that because in the final battle, the AI will react differently if you only have one Wolf Rat. And we want it to react in a very specific way, where it is overly aggressive with its troops. Okay, so let's see here. We'll get Tide of Pox over here. And with our extra mutagen, we want to upgrade this Brood Horror. So, Weeping Blade effect on it is pretty big. We want it to be able to kill Ariel. So let's go for that. And let's see. We can't get cellular instability yet, but we want to be on our way to that. Let's see, this gives it fire damage or contaminated effect. I think contaminated is better, and we don't really have to go for cellular instability. Let's see here. The rest of our buffs are going to go on the Plague Monks, so we're going to hold on to this extra mutagen. Let's see. So there we go. Throt is recruiting indeed. So let's get to the next turn. Nice, at 24 minutes in. The speed run usually takes about an hour. So we're about halfway through now. Enticity, what's your drink of choice? I'm not a huge fan of alcohol, but I will say I very much enjoy... Can we reach that settlement? I don't think so. Yeah, we can't reach it. Okay, so there is a skip that we will lose, but it's not too bad. Mutagen decreases to 100 every turn. Not too much of a problem. So this settlement, we can't reach it. But to make sure that you can, what you do is you move right below the settlement over here. You attack it, and then when you sack it, it actually gives you free movement. Which is pretty great. It's pretty great. Yeah, so this will be a really quick battle. And yeah, so what sacking does, it actually moves your army away from the settlement without actually spending your movement. And then yeah, you can use that to get just a tiny bit further. Anyways, for drinks of choice, oh, what's it? I forget what it's called, but there's like a very lightly alcoholic drink that's sort of like fizzy. That whatever that is, I like it. But yeah, I'm huge not a fan of, very much not a fan of beer and the like. But yeah, you know, that's just me. Now, let's see. This battle should be done. There we go, sick. Let's just reduce that friendly fire. End battle. Get on to the next fight. Okay, so let's see, things are going pretty well. We still haven't hit level 7 with Throt yet. I think it might have been possible to hit it this turn, but maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see here. This guy, you want to upgrade wolf rats just because you have so many of them. And let's see, Throt. Oh yes, he can reach level 7 this turn. Whoops, a little bit of a mistake there, but no biggie. So what we want to do is we want to send him over here, and we want to take 2 battles against the Dark Elves. Level 6. Yeah, we need to do 2 battles just to be safe. So let's fight this one manually to make sure that we don't wipe them out. And then after the next one, we're expecting to hit 7 on Throt. After which, we take the healing AoE, and then we're set for him to win it for us. We just need to take out another Wood Elf settlement, and then we'll be good. So, here we go. Let's just scoot up a tiny bit. We don't want to take damage on the Brood Horror, since it is already a little bit low, and I'm worried about that replenishment. Actually, we have the healing effect, so never mind. Not a problem. And we'll just use our wolf rats to get in there. And I think actually they are the ones that don't want to take too much damage. So let's pull them back. Use our warp fire throwers to get that in. They should melt those Corsairs very well. We'll freeze those guys and get some AoEs on. I don't think the effect stacks, but just for ease of micro, I'm layering it a tiny bit. So there we go. We're purposely avoiding the sorceress, and we can speed it up at this point. There we go. So army's gone. We'll end it as soon as possible because we can auto-resolve the next battle. So looking good, guys. If I'm really hoping that we get the run done this time. And then I can just call it quits. All right, nice. We want that replenishment for as much healing as possible. And there we go. That should be level 7. Sick. Ooh, even more replenishment. Nice. So with this right, Molder Clanstone, you heal 1000 HP absolutely massive, very important for this run. Throt, his level 7, you just give him a bit more ammo on weapon teams. It usually doesn't matter, but just in case, you'll want that. At this point, it's just recruiting a bunch of plague monks, and that should get him up to an army size of 19. Should be good. So this guy, he's closer to the settlement now. Yep, there we go. You can see he is indeed in range. And we can just move on in and take it out. This battle is a little bit difficult. So we're going to use one of our clan rat summons here, just to ensure that there are no screw-ups. Alright, so this battle is going to be a lot of cheese with our dogs. Basically, you want to split up the Wood Elf army as much as possible. And if you can manage that, it'll go okay. There's still a lot of treekin that you have to deal with that are actually a little bit of a problem here, just because of how hard they are to kill. But if it's just them in the late game, usually the warp fire throwers can take care of them. So to hold down the flanks, we have our infantry, and we're trying to group them up on our heroes. With the new update, like a while back, the AI has been a lot smarter about not clumping up. So this isn't an easy affair by any means. Usually at the beginning, see something like this where the Hawk Riders will move up. And best way to deal with them is with warp fire throwers. A little bit of a delicate procedure. So we're going to slow it down to ×2. The warp fire thrower is up real close. And if they can get 2 volleys off on those Hawk Riders, then we're set. Looks like, let's see, we routed that one a little bit quickly. But they take so much damage that even if you do get 1 volley, it's not a problem. It's just a little bit better if you can actually finish them off. Whoopsie daisies. Alright, so next up, we're going to use our wolf rats. Let's see, nice. So when you do enough damage to the AI, they switch from a defensive mode to offensive. And what we did to the Hawk Riders there, got them to go to the AI to play more aggressively, which lets us do more with our wolf rats. What we specifically want to do is to catch out these infantry units here, especially stuff like these Deepwood Scouts. We don't want to be taking a lot of damage though, so we're going to distract with the one clan rat summon that we took, and that should be able to take them out. These warp fire throwers will take out any stragglers that come by, and it's all about taking out the Deepwood Scouts. The wolf rats will tend to rout off here, but it's usually worth it. It's a pretty nice trade for negating a lot of that range damage, and there's enough space in the back here where you'll see them rally too. So we can move up a tiny bit more. Let's get the wolf rats all grouped up, and while we wait for the AI to get into position, we can just continue moving up. There we go. We've successfully pulled off a good chunk of their army here, and we can use the wolf rats to deal with the Eternal Guard now. There are archers shooting at my heroes, but we leveled up this guy so that he has a wolf rat summon, and we can use that to push back the wolf rats. I mean, the Deepwood Scouts. Let's see. So they're now moving away. It'll bring them. It'll stop them from shooting my guys, and we should be able to catch them with these rats over here. Warp fire throwers are doing good. They can take out the Zotes. Slingers are doing okay, but we get a big rout on our wolf rats. That's a tiny problem, but not big. We're getting close to the point where the warp fire throwers will be able to carry out the rest of the game. See, these treekin here are being pinned down by my infantry, and we're just going to group up the rats so that they can get healed. So like so, and they're clumped up enough for that. So there we go. They'll just be healing up. That's weird. The icon isn't showing up, but it looks like they're healing. Yep, they are. So we just gotta wheel them around and they can deal with all the scouts over here. Let's see, meanwhile, the rest of our army can line up. And I think we're set to ×4 it again. Slingers to deal with the Zoats. Wolf rats are getting close to the Deepwood scouts. And yeah, we just gotta position well with these warp fire throwers. We will have to shoot at some treekin, which sort of sucks. But thankfully, warp fire throwers do a lot of damage to them. Let's see here. So wolf rats, they can kill the war dancers actually, since they do so much damage. Yep, there we go. Just one charge will do it. And now it's time to move on to the Deepwood scouts. There we go. Warp fire throwers are doing good. And it is sort of important that our army here doesn't take too much damage, since it could affect things later on. But we have some leniency. It's not the worst if we take some hits here and there. Especially if we can group up at the end of the battle to get big heals off. There we go, we're just chasing down the Hawk Riders. They take a lot of damage from the rats. And as soon as the Eternal Guard with shields are gone, I think we should be just about set. Let's see here. So now I'm thinking about getting my troops actually grouped up. And nice. So we had a very nice battle there. With army losses hit, means that it's super important that we group up now for the heals. Here we go. Yeah, so we very much want these guys healed up because it affects how the AI decides to chase us in the campaign. Let's see here. Preferably, we'd be able to get 2 units of healing there, though. But the cooldown is over a minute on the heal there. So what we're going to do is we're going to just push the AI around a little bit for the next minute so that we can actually force that next heal to happen. This is a pretty easy affair. You just position away from the white line, and what they'll do is they'll move away from the unit that you have pressuring them. And then you're good to go. So there we go, another heal. We should hopefully see some units getting resurrected at this point, and we do. It's absolutely amazing, and we can end the battle. A unit of a turn of replenishment too will help us out. And if everything worked out as planned, the next battle that we face is what's it? The next battle we face is the final battle. If we planned everything out correctly and we don't have any screw-ups. So there we go. Taking the settlement. We actually got a weapon off that battle that we want to transfer to Throt immediately. There we go. Nice. Nice. We'll throw down some levels on these guys just in case. And here we go. So what we do is we'll recruit we want to recruit someone with campaign movement range. If we don't have that, it's not the worst. Just a little bit suboptimal. Okay, so we don't get any campaign movement range, but we can take a Gracier of Plague. Position him over there. And this guy, we can just recruit a unit of Slingers just to make his army a little bit larger. Alright, nice. We got recruitment on Throt set up and ready to go. So we can pass it on to the next turn. Oh boy, this may be the run. Let's see it. Under an hour to reach the final battle. Yeah, that's right. Just a little bit of cheesing. It's a lot of cheesing, but cool. So the setup for this is you want to move this guy as far right. Just you want him to be as far away from this Venom Glade as much as possible. You then want to get this guy and you want to put him in between this and this guy over here. This will stop the army from moving out and killing him, which is pretty important. We also want to talk to this tree guy and declare war on them. So there we go. So, and then what we want him to do is to move out, attack this guy. We retreat with him, and then we use this guy to attack the settlement. So fingers crossed for that. There is some room for error, but the setup is it's medium consistent. We're going to take a bunch of plague monks, and what's it? We also want to start augmenting our plague monks that we already have. We're going to give them rank unit 5, unit rank 5, and this is because it gives them a bit more leadership, which is very important in the final fight. Let's see here. Oh, I think I almost screwed up there. We actually don't want so many plague monks. We want a little bit of a focus on warp fire throwers here. So there we go. That should max out Throt's army. And I do believe there's not much else here for us. Oh, what's it? We're not recruiting any more wolf rats, so we'll dismantle that just in case we need the money. And here we go. We're on to the final turn, people. Fingers crossed that the dark elves don't attack us. Oh, okay. This is fine. This is fine. He actually attacks this much larger army. And all we have to do is win this battle. And and our plans should still line up. It just means that we have to fight another battle. But we have so many rats here. It's not a problem. Specifically, what we want to avoid is taking too much damage on our troops so that we can auto-resolve the settlement battle that should be coming up. Of course, we also don't want to lose this battle. That would be catastrophic. But I don't think that'll happen. This is actually a pretty easy fight. So, there we go. This is also why we took the time to put levels on our guys, just to make this a tiny bit easier. So, let's just speed that up a little bit. Move our warp fire throwers up. Split their army up with the wolf rats. This confuses the AI. We get tons of free shots. 1,000,000 damage on their front line. And they might not even reach our warp fire throwers. And they don't. So, there we go. Nice and nice. Wolf rats can now begin chasing these guys off. Warp fire throwers will progress forwards. Our lords will take out theirs. We'll also miss micro our rats a little bit. Very important. If you want to speedrun effectively, always accidentally leave your rats there. But they actually don't take a lot of damage. The leniency on them is pretty generous. So yeah, it's not too bad if you let them get caught. And even better, if they do start taking a lot of damage, they automatically disengage for you because they rout. So win-win, really. Let's see here. Oh, so the Dark Elf passive actually procs over there, which is very good for us because they're not exactly fighting. Just got to take out these guys. And then it's just some very small reinforcements, and we're good to go. There we go. Warp fire throwers in position. Can now take out the Lord. Throw down a huge healing aura over there. And get some more toasty elves. There we go. Oh, it looks like they're actually about to hit army losses, which is pretty great. I guess mostly just because we've dealt so much damage while taking so little that yeah, could just be an early army losses. But let's not get overconfident. Sometimes army losses can be slower than you'd expect, but in this case, nope. We get a solid victory over there. Nice. Okay, so final battle's coming up, guys. Here we go. Should be good. Oh man, nice. We actually took very little damage there, and we get replenishment to patch up the army. And we want that wood elf army to move up. Thankfully, they do. All you do is you retreat, and there we go. We did it. We hit the final battle. And this is what's so great. So before I would have to spend about like 40 minutes cheesing this army. Instead, we just bait him out of his settlement. And then we just go steal his home. So there we go. We get an easy engage on the capital. We encircle it, very important. And then we just walk this army over here to win the fight. Simple as that. And as soon as we sack this settlement, we're set up for the final battle. And by sack, I mean capture. So we auto-resolve. We occupy. And there we go. So we've triggered the final battle. We sadly can't use any of that equipment. But Throt is ready to go. We just need to throw in a few more upgrades. So we buy another thing of mutagen. And then we just upgrade some plague monks. Like so. That's all the mutagen gone. Can now take him out of the settlement. And bring him in to that final battle. Where's the final battle? What's going on? Oh yeah, we have to click this. Oh my goodness. That freaked me out. Yes, interrupt the ritual now. There we go. Okay, there we go. So, we go into the final battle. It auto saves, and immediately what we want to do is we want to up this our summons. We also want to save our game state so that we can submit this to Sotek. There we go. It's saved. And what's it? We'll put time in because now we're moving on to the final battle. And now we just have to win this, guys. I think I have everything set up. So let's do it. What difficulty is this on for battle and campaign? It's hardest for both. Oh my goodness. So if we win this, we might be able to win the final battle of this campaign in under an hour. Probably not under an hour, but like, you know, about an hour, which is, oh my goodness. What a run. We just have to win it though. So, yeah, we just start battle. Get underway. Oh my goodness, here we go. Here we go. So immediately, you take these wolf rats, pull them back a tiny bit. Want to get these warp grinders over here. What's it? And a warp fire throwers up over here. What the AI likes to do is they like to bring up their way watchers. But they can be a little bit inconsistent with that at times. So we'll have to see how that goes. Skaven slaves are going to move over here. And we're going to use our wolf rats to do a check for those way watchers. What we're looking for is some shots to come out of nowhere from the ramp. Oh, thank goodness. So there we go. The way watchers are indeed moving up, which means that the first setup here has been a success. We're going to move up Throt now. And nice. Warp fire throwers just need to position. And they can start melting some way watchers. There we go. And this is actually a really nice lineup for us. So we're going to summon clan rats behind them. And with a huge volley, we should be able to take them out. These way watchers, by the way, are basically the biggest threat to my army here. And if you don't catch them, it's usually just a loss off the bat. So it's very nice that we're able to catch them here. Nice. We're also taking this battle very slowly to really make sure that we don't screw it up. Since, what's it? This can be a little bit of a delicate issue. There we go. The way watchers do begin routing. Sometimes they'll route along the edge here. And when they do, you send in your wolf rats to clean them up. Nice. Oh my gosh. So this was almost as good as possible of a way watcher pick as I could have hoped for. All right. And yeah, we just gotta make sure that as few of them survive as possible. There we go. Wolf rats have done good there. And now we just want to position them there for reasons you will see in just a moment. Let's see. So, Way Watchers will continue chasing them. And actually, a few of them managed to escape. Not the worst, though. And yeah, we're chilling down here on the low ground. We don't really want to move up here because we're waiting for some reinforcements. Nice. So that unit of Way Watchers is gone. And we might be able to get a dragon pick here. So these aren't the reinforcements I'm talking about, by the way. We're waiting for other reinforcements. These guys, this is Drycha, by the way. She actually decides at the last moment to become a traitor, and she'll be turning sides in just a second. And that is why we left ourselves some wolf rats here, because they will actually aggro her army, and she's just going to be chasing wolf rats for the rest of the game. Meanwhile, this dragon over here, by keeping the brood horror in our army, it gives us, it lets us, oh geez, it makes the other battles harder, but now the brood horror can actually help kill these single entities here. Let's see if we can even catch this dragon. No, just barely too slow, but not a problem. So Drycha is going to be chasing the wolf rats. We've successfully aggroed her. And we just want to be very careful to make sure that they escape. This army is still going to be staying back, because we really don't want this Wood Elf force to engage me just yet. We're stalling that out as much as possible. And as soon as Chaos arrives, should be good. So let's keep running back with those guys. And now we wait. Now we wait. I think there's some Way Watchers left in here too. And we'll be using our Clan Rat summons to take them out. Alright, nice. So the reason I have the Skaven slaves here is just for safety. In case I miss micro, I have 2 units for Drycha to be following. So that's pretty good. We can speed this up a tiny bit. Nice. We've got the Wood Elves in their idle state, which means that they're not really being too aggressive. And let's see here. The Sisters of Twilight are landing, and we might be able to get some picks on them if they decide to continue advancing. Looks like they don't, though. So we just continue waiting. And now that most of the Skaven forces are gone, what we do is we advance with our troops here. And what's it? We want to position by this ramp. That's where we want the fight to happen, because it gives us really nice line of sight for the warp fire throwers. Sometimes the fight will happen a little bit further down or further up, though, and that's usually still okay. Our warp grinders are the main source of damage, though, and we're really hoping that they carry out the day for us. And there we go. Chaos has arrived. We're going to position by the ramp. Going to bring our warp grinders up, and our wolf rats are going to keep distracting Drycha. See, a unit of warp fire throwers are going to move up, and now that Chaos is here, we want to aggro this army as soon as possible. The best thing about this Chaos army, by the way, is that they bring a lot of the strength that you need to kill stuff like the Sisters of Twilight. And speaking of, looks like they're actually landing in here right now, which is really good. If we manage to get a pick on them, we basically won it. So there we go. We got a snare down, and we should be seeing a lot of damage coming in onto them just now. Our wolf rats will still want to run away from Drycha, though, and this is where we throw down some big heals. The AoE is not like the heck. It will actually it will heal an infinite number of units. So in huge blob fights like this, it's crazy efficient. Nice. Sisters of Twilight are nearly dead, so we'll keep bringing back the wolf rats. And soon Ariel will need to engage. Let's see, she's way back there. And as soon as those units get close, we can bring in these, we can use another summon over there. We'll also want to get some Plague Monks in on the action. And warp fire throwers 2 firing where they can. Wolf rats continuing to kite. And there we go. We just want to shut down those way watchers. Make sure that they don't cause too many problems. Our brood horror and Throt are going to be hanging back because they want to specifically just snipe out Aerial. That is their only job. Hopefully that goes okay. Warp grinders are going to position right behind the lines because these wood elf forces are going to start clumping up, and the warp grinders are do a lot of damage versus grouped up units. So let's see here in just a second. Yep, we've caught most of the wood elf spearmen there, which is good. And yeah, we just have to be very delicate with this procedure. But otherwise, I think it's going really well. Aerial is now coming in for the fight. And Throt and the Brood Horror are going to move in. The Way Watchers should get shut down. And most of the AoEs from the Wood Elves should be used up now. Let's see here. We'll start throwing down our AoEs with the with the Warp Grinders. And that should actually get these guys routed off really, really soon. See, a second unit of Warp Grinders is coming in, and Throt is going to summon some Rat Ogres to charge them in the back. So there we go. And do we have a unit of Warp Grinders at the ready? We do. And that's huge damage. We catch just about everything, and we can heal just about everything. So this is actually, this is looking like it's it, guys. This is looking like it's it. We're gonna speed it up. Going to keep using the Warp Grinders. And we're just gonna stick it to ×2 for that extra bit of safety. Our Warp Fire Throwers are going to get into position. Our Wolf Rats are absolute heroes. You will be remembered. You have served well. Nice, it's just Aerial left. What would speed this process up more is if the Chaos Lord helps us fight here. Sometimes he can move in and cycle charge a bit, which will do quite a bit. But I don't think that I don't think we need it. I think we actually did it. Oh my gosh. I think Aerial's dead. All right, so we have a huge army over here now. And now we just need to get Throt to get close to that body. And he's just gonna go pick it up off the ground. Just scoop it up. And then we should be good. There we go. He successfully picked up the body. And now Operation Evacuation. The only thing that can kill us now is really just army losses. So we want to be moving with most of our forces here and leaving the rest back to help fight. We just really need Throt to escape, and then we're good to go. There we go. Warp Fire Throwers are helping turn the balance of power in our favor. And Dreich's forces, despite trying as hard as she could, just really chased Wolf Rats the whole game. So there we go. Oh my gosh. We did it. We actually did it. We're gonna beat Throt's campaign in under an hour. Oh man. Jeez. Jeez. Victory. Yes. Oh my gosh. 58 minutes, 30 seconds for the Throt campaign. Oh my goodness. Well, that's it, guys. We did it. I don't need to do the speed run anymore. Oh man. The only thing that can beat us at this point is if someone finds the turn 6 strategy. Oh my gosh. Hey, there we go. Final cutscene. Oh my gosh. Surprisingly morbid, I gotta say. Surprisingly morbid. Not what I expected at the end of the campaign, but apparently Aerial actually gets turned into a smoothie. So there you go. Spoilers. Oh man. Oh, we did it. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Well, it's been a pleasure, guys. It has been an absolute pleasure. So I guess I just need to save all the it's gotta save all of them replays. Let's go to my save games real quick. Pick that up. Save it onto my desktop. What's it here? Nice. Alright, so Warhammer Speedrun saves. So I'll get this submitted to Sotek. And then I think we're good to go.